How to create an abstract design such as this in Photoshop. Go to File and New. I'm going to go with a document 2660 by 1536. Click Create, 300 dpi. Go to Edit, and then I'm going to fill it with black. Works probably black, but you can do it green, blue, etc. You can obviously change the colour of the brush strokes, etc. So fill and contents black. Click OK. Now I'm going to fill it with some dots. Go to the brush tool, and that's the quickest, easy way, but you could of course fill it up with shapes, all kinds of different designs. So brush tool, I'm going to set the size about 76. So click here, and I'm going to use the soft round. Brush settings, go over here and make certain you set the shape dynamics and go for size jitter. And I'm just going to make it big and small. That's what size jitter does. So you've got size 100%, so it's going to make it very, very tiny and very large between that value of 76 all the way down to 0. You can also set, of course, a minimum diameter if you want. Also scattering, make certain you click there and set that to 1000%. So it's spread out. This brush stroke will now be spread as much as possible. Unfortunately, it's not 3,000 or 4,000. That would be even nicer. And you can also change the count to get even more if you wish. And also you go for both axes. So it goes horizontally as well as vertically. And then you can try it. Just simply apply it. Now you might find, like that it's just too much. You might want to reduce the count. So it's just down to 1 or 2, like that. If it's still too much, what you can do, always go to brush tip and you can increase the spacing. So you can then spread it out so it's not so many. It's up to you. Obviously, infinite amount of different designs can be created. And you can fill it like that. The next thing to do is to fill it using the art history brush. And that creates the strands, that creates the lines between the connections between these. But it relies on the document having a white background to start with. So if I go here and window and history, so if I bring this up, you can see there, white background. That's the key thing, as long as it's got a white background, because that's the history state. That's going to be the one that's used by the art history brush. So go to the art history brush, you can find it there, art history brush. So select that. Now the brush I'm going to use is a very, very tiny star. So you can increase the size there, you can see that it's a star. That's all it is. And you can create a star using the polygon tool. So I'm just going to put it down to about 6 or 7, maybe 4. So File and New. And I'm going to quickly show you how to create that brush. So 400 by 400. Click Create. Click here and black. Make sure you set the color black. And then go over here and use the polygon tool. Just make certain you've got here star ratio of about 20%, so you create a star. And there you've got that. You can then go edit and define brush preset. And that will be used as a brush. I know it doesn't make sense, but if you use some other types of brushes, this will not work. So it needs to be a star or something like this sort of style. So again, got this. Go to the art history and then apply it. And it'll be using that white background. So what will happen? It will generate these lines. And you can create as many or as few as you like. I'm just going to go for a lot. So I'm just going to spread it all over the entire thing. Now you've got here shape dynamics. Again, size jitter. You could obviously vary these. Now some of these settings really have very little effect. And especially when you're talking 4, it's not going to be very much effect at all. And you'll also notice scattering is completely turned off. Also angle jitter. So if you apply it now, it still does it. Now the result may be not so much jitter there. You can vary it. So there's a few settings you could make just to create different designs with this line. But once you've done that, you see I've filled quite a bit of this with white lines. You can undo it, of course, if you don't want those. Then go to Filter and Stylize and Oil Paint. And you can see the result there. Now, I would suggest turn the lighting off. I mean, you don't have to. you can have the lighting on. But if you have the lighting on, it will give a bit of depth to it, give some lines and streaks in it that you might not like. You can see there, that effect. So lighting, just turn that off and just go with 10 and 10. Click OK. And you can see the result there, just of that. Just apply it once. You don't have to apply just once. Go to filter and oil paint, apply it 4 or 5 times. And you can see then all these lovely smeary effects. And of course you've got those dots all blending and smearing with those lines. You might like to tweak it a little bit more. Maybe go to image, adjustments and levels. And then you can just go here to input levels, move that to the left. So you can see as you do that, you don't have to do this, but if you just want it brighten a bit, because I always find it makes it duller, the oil paint. And you can go that way with black if you want to make it just the mid-tones there. It's up to you. You can just tweak this and change it all kinds of different ways. And click OK. And there you have it, a lovely neuron, sort of weird and wonderful dotty line effect that you can create in Photoshop. Hope you found this tutorial of interest. Any questions, please let me know in the comments below. Always great to hear from you. Thank you much.